Last week, the Washington Post released a bombshell report about a recent little fundraiser meeting, whatever you want to call it, that Donald Trump had with executives from the oil industry. And during that conversation, Donald Trump told those executives that you all got to band together, and if you give me $1 billion, that was the number he put an exact price tag on it of $1 billion. You do that for me, Trump says, and I will cut regulations. I will gut renewable energy in this country. I will give you tax breaks. I'll open up the Gulf of Mexico for you. I'll open up the Arctic for you to drill. Everything you've ever wanted, but you gotta give me the $1 billion. And he says y'all can afford it. I mean, after all, we have seen oil companies, Exxon, Chevron in this country, actually posting the highest profits that they have seen in over a decade in the last year. We also are producing more oil domestically than at any other point in American history, ever. So the oil companies are literally already getting everything they want. I mean, more money than they know what to do with, more oil than they know what to do with. But Trump says, vote for me and give me $1 billion, and I'll give you so much more. Now, if you're like me, that sounds an awful lot like extortion. And another person who seems to agree with that is actually somebody who's in a position to do something about it. And that happens to be Democratic Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. Over this weekend, Sheldon Whitehouse came out and he said in an interview that this sounds an awful lot like a quid pro quo, and he is now threatening to use his position as committee chairman in the Senate to investigate Donald Trump and the oil industry for this possible extortion scheme. And Whitehouse is a guy that we do need to take seriously on his threat to investigate these folks. After all, his committee, the Budget Committee, along with the Oversight and Accountability Committee in the Senate, they actually just released a report a week ago detailing how for decades the fossil fuel industry would pretend publicly that, oh dear, we got to do something about climate change. And then behind the scenes, they're funding all these AstroTurf groups and climate science deniers and, doing everything to benefit them. But publicly telling us, hey, we're on this climate change issue. Don't you dare worry. So he had just wrapped up an investigation into these a-holes, and now he's saying, you know what? Maybe we need another one. Let me read you this. This is practically an invitation to ask more questions, calling it a natural extension of the investigation already underway. And then he said, talking about Trump's offer to these people, he said, put those things together, and it starts to look mighty damn corrupt. And of course, he did refer to it. He said his instant thought about it was quid pro quo. And to be honest, that really is the only way to look at this. Donald Trump said, you give me $1 billion, I give you these things you want. And as I had said in a different segment, to me, it sounds an awful lot like extortion, right? Like a mafia group telling a local shopkeeper like, hey, you pay us money and we'll make sure nobody breaks into your shop and steals all your money. We'll give you everything you need to be safe, like Trump promised the oil industry. You just give us money, like Trump asked for from the oil industry. So, to me, it goes beyond quid pro quo. It's extortion. And let's be honest here. This is how politics works these days. It's just other politicians aren't dumb enough to say it out loud because there are still some laws in this country regulating those things. But Trump is dumb enough and corrupt enough to say it out loud. Everybody else does it with a wink and a nod, right? They get the check from the weapons manufacturer and the weapons manufacturer says, oh, here's all that money. By the way, you got some legislation coming up that I really don't want passed, but hey, anyway, see you later. That's how it typically works. You don't have to go and say, hey, I'm going to vote for this, or I'm not going to vote for this unless you give me money, because that's really skirting the lines of what's legal. So hopefully Sheldon Whitehouse does more than just threaten an investigation, and he actually launches one, because this seems like the kind of thing that we really need some answers to. Well, folks, we have crossed that 1 million subscriber milestone, but rest assured, we are just getting started here at Ring of Fire. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment on the videos.